man, it's Chili Billy Howell. I wasn't gonna say nothing today. I talk too much sometimes. But I think it just, now that I don't do drugs and drink, I get manic in the sunshine. So I usually do something every day when it's hot and I'm out yakking or walking. I kind of go to ground during winter, and I kind of go to ground occasionally. Anyway, if you're tired of hearing me, please keep moving. I don't blame you. And I wasn't gonna share anything today, but I got an unction, man. I'm yakking today. I've been walking for about a week, letting the shoulders rest, and glad to get back on the water. But I've been thinking about addiction today, and I think about that all the time. And if you're an addict and you don't think about addiction, then you're probably gonna get in trouble. And man, there are a million things I could say, but I guess what's hitting me today is addiction's a sumbitch. It is. Some folks think it's a sin, some think it's disease, maybe somewhere in between. I know for me, it probably started out as a sin, and then after a while you do enough stuff, epigenetics changes your brain. So I do have a disease now, but I also have the tools to choose to do the right thing. But it's a daily thing. It's something I can't get cocky about. I mean, there, and the day goes by, 3 years, 9 months later, that at some juncture, I don't want to feel the burn of bourbon going down my throat, particularly cold bourbon. But I can't think on that. And when I do, I just apply the principles I learned in recovery. And the principles Madge and I read about every morning. We read a proverb, a whole chapter of Proverbs every day of the month. And, you know, those things help. But it's still a choice. But I also need help. And I'm glad I have the principles. I'm glad I'm a member of some fellowships that have some accountability with people that understand me. But I don't speak for any group I'm a part of. This is just me individually speaking. So anybody get their panties in the water about I'm speaking and I ain't supposed to. Hey man, I'm me. I'll say what I want. But what I want to say today is addiction's tough. And not everybody drinks, not everybody smokes weed, not everybody does drugs is an addict or an alcoholic. But I am, and it took me a long time to figure that out. I've got what we call a disease of more. Some folks say, can't you just have a beer? No, I can't. Like my buddy Miguel says, you ain't got enough. Somebody say, well, I mean, I got 2 cases. You still ain't got enough. And that's just how it works. I was out walking yesterday down some turn rows, and a fellow in a farm truck pulled up, and I'm thinking, oh man, I probably ain't supposed to be here. So he pulled up. He said, you all right? I said, yeah, man, I'm sorry. Am I not supposed to be out here? He said, oh, I know who you are. You all right? You can walk anywhere out here. And we did a little fist bump, and I mean, it was 111 with the heat index. I was sweating like, well, I better not say. And anyway, so he says, you want a cold beer? And I went, I couldn't stop at just one. So anyway, but it was nice of him to offer, and I wanted it, but I just started walking again. So anyway, but basically we say an addiction for those that are addicts. And if this don't apply to you, man, it don't apply to you. And even if it does, if you're an addict and don't want help, you ain't gonna get it till you're ready. So, and sometimes it takes folks a lot of times to get it ready. For me, I knew I had one shot at it, or I was gonna end up, I may not have ended up on heroin or something else, but I was gonna kill myself. Why? Because I was miserable. It's depression, all kind of things. But that, you know, folks may say, that's TMI, Billy. Well, I'm just chunking it out there. And I'm 3 years, 9 months clean and sober, and I'm thankful to be able to kayak and walk and be able to do a devotional with my wife every morning and to go to bed early, to enjoy my job. I'm blessed. But the worm could turn tomorrow. I may not be able to kayak. I may not be here tomorrow. I may not be able to walk tomorrow. So I've got to keep my faith in God, and as an addict, keep applying the 12 steps or just the principles of them. And you know, at first time I went to a meeting was years ago when I got a DUI court mandated, and everybody in there, hey, I'm Jimmy, I'm an alcoholic. I'm like, well, what, Jimmy? You don't remember your own name? And now I'm like, hi, Billy, I'm an alcoholic and an addict. And in saying that, I'm just reaffirming who I am, and I'm reminding myself that I need help, and I do. I probably couldn't stay clean and sober by myself. I do have the tools now. I'm thankful for the fellowship. I'm thankful for a wife that understands me and a God that forgives me every day. But as we say in addiction, everybody that's an addict who doesn't get help in whatever form, we're going to end up in jails, institutions, or dead, or destitution. That is a true metaphysical certitude. But it's one day at a time, and I ain't getting cocky, because I could fall tomorrow. Actually, I could fall here in the Yazoo Pass any minute. Cheers. Y'all have a good day, and sorry, my soapbox today was at me. Cheers.